Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here, you're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports
My next
UK.
guest clearly does not get paid by the hour because he's coming off another first-round finish, this time over Kennedy Nzechukwu, UFC Nashville, back on August 5th. It is Dustin Jacoby, live from the backyard right now. Dustin, how are you?
I'm doing really well, man. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm very excited. I'm still riding a very high cloud nine since this weekend.
Is there a weight lifted off your shoulders? You had a couple, obviously the fight before, and then the fight before that, the really close to decision loss to Khalil Roundtree. And, you're a striker and you went out there and you did what you do best and you finished the fight. Is there kind of a sense of relief a little bit too, and a little bit of a weight lifted off your shoulders?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Anytime you can go in there and get a big win like that, especially coming off of 2 losses, it can, you can take a breath of fresh air and relax a little bit. It felt really good, got me back in the win column, and you're only as good as your last fight. And my last fight was pretty good. So I feel really great.
Did you take a glance at the betting odds before the fight? I was surprised to see that you were the betting underdog going into this one.
Yeah, I think once again I opened up as a favorite and very quickly turned into an underdog. But I like it, man. I make my buddies more money that way, and nobody likes it when you're a 300 favorite. It makes it harder to bet on you. But anytime you're a dog, man, and you got good value, that's where you place your bet.
Anything about Kennedy surprise you? Again, it was a pretty quick fight, but anything maybe you weren't expecting in there?
Well, I'll tell you first and foremost, I saw him at weigh-ins. I'm like, all right, I feel good sizing up against him. And then when we got in the octagon, he seemed much bigger, and that's was my first thought. And he did a good job of owning the center, and he came at me. I didn't have much room to breathe, man. The fight started quick, and he put the pressure on me right away, and I knew I just had to play it safe and use my range, use my punches to keep him away, and then catch him with a counter, which is what I did very nicely.
How do you celebrate after a big win like that, especially in Nashville, one of the best cities in the U.S.?
Oh, dude, it was awesome. Bridgestone Arena is right on Broadway. You walk out. I couldn't take 5 steps without people coming and swarming me, and
Nice.
and that was cool. I was the man of the hour there in Nashville. I had an after party at Margaritaville at Land Shark right across the street, and I don't know, it took close to an hour just to get there. I mean, we're talking 100 feet, couple hundred feet, and just getting stopped by everybody. But I had a lot of my closest friends and family in there. We had a little after party, and then went back to a buddy's spot in Airbnb and sat on a rooftop and drank beers, watched the sun come up until the next morning, and ended up, and then ended up hopping on a boat, and we went out on the boat, went on the lake, and had a great day Sunday, man. So it was a great time.
You really lived it up. And that's something you always tell me, that all your fights, you get like an army of people coming out each time. Like, how cool is that? Not everyone gets that.
Oh, I sure do, man. It's unbelievable. And some of my friends, Cody Brundage, he sees all the people and he's meeting all the people, and he just thinks it's really special. And it surely is, man. And I got, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 photos of 20 to 30, 40 people, and all those different ones. So you add those all up, man. I have a huge support system. I'm very blessed in that way. Just a lot of close, good people around me that are close to me, and very thankful for that.
And you came away with a bonus. What are you going to be doing with the money?
It's our 10-year wedding anniversary, my wife and I, and we had already planned a trip to Hawaii here in September next month. So it'll help ease some of that pain that, you take going to Hawaii. That is not a cheap trip, but I'm going to be playing some golf when I'm there, and golf is not cheap as well. So it's gonna make up for that.
That's great. Does your wife golf with you at all?
Oh yeah, she does. In fact, this year, so we're playing in a tournament together here in a couple weeks.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, she's a really good player, and she's got a good touch around the green. So I always tell a kid with her, she's going to hit a hole in one before I do. I guarantee it.
That's excellent. See, my master plan is I'm trying to get my kids into golf. They're still really young. And then once they get into it, my wife by default is going to have to get into it. Like, she likes golf, but she doesn't play. But that's my master plan. I'm hoping it's going to work out so I can be like you. I'm super jealous, man. I think that's so cool.
Well, she always kids, man. She's like, if I want to see my husband later on in life, I better, learn how to play myself so we can spend some time on the course. And I was like, absolutely, and it's cool that she gets out there and plays. I love playing with her. I usually play better, and we always have fun.
That's great. When are you heading out to Hawaii?
September 18th we go.
Nice.
We'll be there. Yeah, we'll be there for 8 days. And as soon as I get back from there, I got an archery elk hunt planned the last 5 days of September. So it's going to be pretty hectic right there. Fall is quickly booking up, but we'll have a little bit of time to do all that activity.
I need to hear some golf course reviews after you're done doing the course, because you would know better than anyone. You golf all over the world, it seems. So is that something I'm going to be taking notes on which courses were better than others?
I will. I'll make sure I bring my GoPro, take some footage, and give you a little recap.
That's great. So you mentioned all the stuff coming up. When do you want to have that next? Do you want to get one more in this year? Is that kind of the plan?
I'm just gonna see what happens. Get back to the gym here relatively soon, and just continue the daily regimen of being a soldier. So that way we can shine bright when the light's on, and you get that opportunity like I did in Nashville. So we'll just see what happens, man. The division's wide open. I certainly don't want to kill that momentum. I want to keep it going, but at the same time, I'm in a really good position, and I've got some activities booked up that I don't necessarily need to fight, but of course I want to keep it going and continue doing what got me here.
And I believe you're about to renegotiate your contract, aren't you? Because this is like a big win you're coming off of.
Yeah, big win, and then I'm sure I got one, another fight on there, and then we'll talk after that one. But yeah, I've got we're getting close to that time, and like I said, I'm in a really good spot, man. I'm thankful, I'm blessed, and I'm glad I was able to go out there and capitalize on such a big opportunity when my back was against the wall a little bit.
Who do you want to fight next? Any opponents? You're looking at the rankings. Any opponents kind of stand out to you?
Nobody really stands out, man. The only one that I would not fight is my teammate, Anthony Smith. We've talked about that before. But everybody else in the top 10, man, there's not a single person ranked ahead of me that I do not believe that I can't do what I did to Kennedy Nzechukwu Saturday night. So, timing's everything. I truly believe that my time is right now, and it's, it's here, and I got to capitalize on that. And the division's wide open. And like I said, man, there's nobody ranked above me that I don't think I can beat.
What do you got planned the rest of this week? I see you're in the backyard. You got to have some tee times booked, I'm assuming.
I do have a really good tee time Thursday morning playing Rain Dance, a new course up in Windsor, Colorado that's supposed to be super beautiful and getting a lot of publicity and top courses around the nation for being a new course. So playing there Thursday, looking forward to it. I could have played today. A buddy of mine, Todd Romero, gets us the tee times. He's down at Red Hawk Ridge. He's playing with Dustin Jacoby this afternoon. And I told him, man, I've got so many interviews lined up, and I don't get the best of service down there. I was going to do the interviews on the course, but
like last time, that was great. Or a couple
interviews ago. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I figured I'd save it until Thursday.
Who's a better golfer, you or Gaethje?
Oh, I'm taking me all day. I issue that challenge. I would love to get that, go out there, play the game, get some of that on video, on record, and that'd be fun.
How good is Gaethje though? I hear he is pretty good. I mean,
talk about it, yeah. Well, I hear he plays, and I haven't caught wind of his handicap, but yeah, I hear he plays and that he's pretty legit. So, but hands down, I am the best golfer in the UFC. I'd put it on the line anytime, anyone, any place, any course, and let's go have some fun.
And your great interview too, Dustin. Thanks so much for doing this, man. We're excited for what's next. It was UFC Nashville back on August 5th. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
As always, man, my team at Factory X, our head coach, Mark Montoya, our team at Landau Performance, where we do strength and conditioning, my management company, Iridium Sports Agency, my family and friends, my beautiful wife, Kayla. She does so much for me behind the scenes and really is the backbone to this whole operation. So I got some great people around me, and we're just going to keep it moving, man, climbing that ladder. And I truly believe I can see myself being a champion one day. There's no doubt. The mind state that I was in that night and the flow that I had going, there's no doubt I can beat anybody. I just got to find that same headspace time and time again, and each time I go out there and find success.